Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Lucid's Tournament Game 7, where we are playing Helheim. This is turn 28, and the war with Sarmatia rages on. Let's see how this turn has gone for us. Maybe we've lost everything, or maybe we've smashed a Sarmatian army. We'll see. Alright, so we have Construction 3 completed. We are on our way up to Construction 4. We did some reanimation. We did a Seeking Arrow. And the Enchanted Arrow found a suitable target and headed for the enemy's heart. Cool. We revived a Mound King. And then we did some site searching and unfortunately found nada. No bueno. Then we had a series of battles, so let's check them out. We've got a battle in High Peaks. In the left corner, we have Jarl 8, who's going about his business. And in the right corner, we have... Ooh. The Vinemen are here, led by Urbum. Okay, so this is potentially dangerous. These guys got a double fist attacks. They're relatively low attack value, but having so many of them is problematic, especially since they kind of got chunky HP. I would be less concerned about this if my guys had Frostbrands, right? Frostbrands would be able to cut through their HP pretty readily, but since my Jarls do not have any gear, they're not able to like deal with lots of enemies quickly, which is part of a problem. Blessing, Air Shield, Mistform comes up, get Holy Avenger out, and we start killing some peeps. See how it goes. The Vine Men come in, and almost immediately someone gets a whack. And boom, our glamour is gone. We are harassed down to the point of only having 15 defense. Holy shit. Mistform is helping, reducing the damage down to pretty much nothing, but still consistent. That harass penalty really got us. Now, we did do a fair little chunk of damage, killing 10 of the Vine Men in the process, which is nice. That somewhat cripples the unit, which is good. We're going to skip Ard for now, because that's the big one. We've got a battle in Towers of Heaven. Another Jarl raid versus just a little bit of PD. So we'll see how this goes. Whoop, whoop. Cut, cut. And cut, 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 cut. Nice. We cut all the things. Very good. So Towers of Heaven is a victory. Then we have a battle in Menace. Same thing. And... ooh, there are a bunch of militia here. Come in. Cut, 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 cut. Almost immediately pops our glamour, which is unfortunate. But this time, our harassment penalty is not tanking, or is not, super high. So we do retain a little bit of our defense, which allows us to actually kill some of the militia before we get... now, we are taking damage, right? But before we get chipped down... nicely done. That was a fair amount of PD here in Menace. At least... I think probably 8 is where I would assume that is, with the archers. So, nice. We defeated that, though I will say it was barely defeated. We're getting a little close. We get to watch a battle again, once again in Agartha. Calum versus Agartha. And I think we watched pretty much the last battle, or the battle last turn was the big in-game battle for Agartha. Yep. There's not really much left that they have to oppose Calum with, which means Calum is scary. Calum's in Lightning Bolt, Thunderstrike, Air Elemental spam mode, which is, I will say, right, it's only Conjuration 5, I say only, our research is so bad. That's Conjuration 5, Evocation 4, I believe. And then we have a battle in Ard, and the battle in Ard is, oof, look at that, it's not bad, nice little lineup of stuff. I feel okay about this, And this versus fucking nothing, of course. Once again, Sarmatia pulls away. Oof. Bruv. Yeah, doing me a fearsome annoyance. So, we found nothing in the lands of Ard, except for some Earth Gems, which is nice. And we found Death +1 in the Dead Forest, which is not cool. So we didn't have a big battle in Ard, and it looks as though Sarmatia has pulled their forces back into their capital in order to defend themselves. And truth be told, this is a sizable army, right? But I think we lose if we attack his capital. There was the chance of catching him out in the field with even the majority of his forces that we win. But I think on his cap, we probably lose, because he will probably come with I would assume this turn, and I kind of want to do something. Maybe I ping him this turn. Maybe I... Maybe I do some defensive stuff like Blessing, Air Shield. I don't know. Hold, treat. Let's just ping him. And now there's definitely stuff here. But I'm just interested. Well, that doesn't do anything then. No, don't. Just hold. I'm actually set to retreat if he patrols me out, right? So what are we doing this turn? Sarmatia has pulled back into his capital. I don't think that I can win the fight if we fight him with everything on his cap. So I was able to eventually get a hold of Tirnanog, and Tirnanog and I have been talking about things. We want to kind of try to wrap this up. So Tirnanog is going to try to more aggressively hit his northern areas and try to take those over for good. I am going to, in my part, continue to raid Sarmatia's heartlands, and the plan is going to be to either try to catch him out in the field or just outproduce him. And in that vein, we're going to do a couple of different things. We're hitting 88 and 71 this turn. We're also hitting 68 yet again. And then we're pulling back the majority of our forces to Brightgate, and we're actually going to be starting a fort in Brightgate next turn. Because if we can't root him out of his capital, we're just going to continue to outproduce him and control his lands. Brightgate being by far the best piece that we have access to, right? Glimmering Fields being the other one. So Tirnanog is going to try to hit Glimmering Fields pretty hard. We're going to hold back on Brightgate, and then we're going to build up a fortification and continue to raid down his lands, and he's either going to have to come out of his capital, or we're going to produce to the point to where I will have multiple armies to sacrifice to his capital, right? Being because I will probably need to, right? That'll be the thing is it'll get to the point to where I have to, like, people have to die to do anything about it. So We're pulling everything back to Brightgate. We'll see how that goes. We are sending people up to reinforce. Com 1 is taking some more Herdmen. Hearst 17 is taking a fresh batch of Hellherdings in. Since we are pulling back and we do not need the entire might of our force, right? We are splitting off some Hellherdings with Hearst 22 and Hearst 19 to actually attack into locations. So we'll see how that goes. What else are we doing? Next turn we will have our first Hengadrot, and then we will probably be producing only Hengadrots and maybe occasionally Svartalfs going forward in the capital. Continuing to produce Hellherdings, although I might start mixing in some Valkyries here or there, because I do think there is I say that. There's a scenario where I'm like, some Valkyries might be good, but really at the end of the day, I'll just make Hellherdings fly. Like, screw it, right? So we're not super worried about that. We're continuing to recruit Hearses and Herdmen in Koenberg as our research capital. We're recruiting Jarls and Jade Maidens up in Dead Forest. We're moving site searchers around, continuing to preach over in Ancient Woods to hopefully clear up this event. And we're reanimating, right? This turn we have 70 more undead on King 2. We're gonna reanimate another 40 undead, and then we're going to send out King 2, and next turn we'll probably do another Mound Fiend, and we're gonna get to that point to where, like, every 2 turns we're gonna have 80 or so undead that we're going to throw into the mill that is Sarmatia, right? This guy's gonna he's gonna fucking go down. Damn it, he's gonna go down. Damn it. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna take a while. This is just gonna. We've stated it time and again. This is just gonna be a long bloody war. Damn. So let's talk about other stuff, cause this is really all that's happening in the battle with Sarmatia. So what's happening on a more global scale? Tirnanog is fighting against Hinnom along with Abyssia. So we are trying to keep our eyes on that scenario. We might try to vulture Eryx and Dovin, depending on the situation. We've got units here, right, with the Jade Maidens. So as we produce more of those, we might send them into Eryx and Dovin, just to kind of, or at least like Eryx, right? Just to kind of stake some claim on this territory, right? Easy peasy. We know that Calum just took Agartha. Should be only a hop, skip, and a jump to finish off the rest of the Agarthan territory. So Calum is this. So he's a nice, big, scary boy. The first person to really have a successful war, right? Which is pretty bad. The birds are probably one of the worst ones to get. Worst ones to be getting a good early war out of the way, right? Especially one where they had to work less for it, perhaps, right? Marverni did a lot of the legwork, it seems, against Agartha, and then because of their situation, they kind of got dropped, and then Calum kind of came in and just gets all of the glory for it, all of the goods. So that's kind of a situation. But aside from that, to my understanding, Calum is in no other wars, and Femoria is in no wars, and that's about the map, truth be told. So Tirnanog and me versus Sarmatia, Tirnanog and Abyssia versus Hinnom, and maybe me, I might be vulturing some of that. Femoria so far against no one. Calum finishes Agartha and Marverni stands recovering, trying to make something of themselves. Still not sure how that whole scenario with Marverni is going to go. Like, I don't know. I would like to, in a perfect world, we would finish Sarmatia, and then probably Tirnanog and I would turn on Marverni, truth be told. Elves unite. What a horrible world. But I would assume that Marverni is basically just going to turtle up now and focus on producing as much as they can and trying to make it into the mid to late game, where they are going to be very hard to deal with, especially for us, right? Very hard to deal with. So, yeah, probably a poor plan to attack Sarmatia, but at the end of the day, I think I think I honestly kind of was in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. I think if we had attacked Marverni, we would have had a smoother victory, right? But we would have had a more powerful Sarmatia, which would have been a problem. And I don't think we would have come out of it well regardless. I mean, we would have come out of it well, but not like... I think the decision that I made to attack Sarmatia was the right one, and I think we would have... It would have gone very, very well for us, but we just fucked up with the battle on their capital, right? And that legitimately just came down to missing that they had snow move. That's all that was. Everything else was like pretty on the spot. So it is what it is. No big deal. I think that is going to be it for the turn, though. We will not finish construction for this turn, but we should finish it next turn, which means we're going to pump out some Earth Boots for our Svartalfs, and then those Earth Boots are going to produce some Dwarven Hammers. We don't have very many, mind you, right? We've not got a very big income yet, but produce Earth Boots, use Earth Boots to produce Dwarven Hammers, use Dwarven Hammers to produce Dwarven Hammers, use Dwarven Hammers to produce Owl Quills, continue production or begin production of basic Thug items, etc. So, we might need to renew fishing for a Water 2? Maybe not, I don't remember. But having Jade Sorceresses, especially, Nature 2 and Water, are going to give us access to some pretty nice things, which we normally don't have, so that's cool. Alright, that's going to be it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.